How's it going, everybody? Good. I just want to tell you guys a quick story. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, and I was in the coffee business in Portland, in the specialty coffee business. And in 2018, we took over a bankrupt coffee roastery, and we didn't have the money to just cover the problems, the cash problems that business had. So we had to be smart, we had to be bold, we had to take action, and we had to be tough. And going into 2019, going into 2020, spring 2020, we had turned that business around, and we had owned 3 cafes in the Portland metro area. Downtown, Northeast Portland on MLK, and on Southeast Division. And that's when things started to happen here. But what happened first was Oregon, California, Washington, and Nevada, the governors of these states, signed something called the West Coast State Pact. And it was the first time since the 1860 pre-Civil War that any group of states in the United States signed a pact. It's the step before secession. It's the step before secession. And after that state pact was signed, the West Coast states took unprecedented actions against our civil liberties, our Bill of Rights, our First Amendment, 14th Amendment, and they took those rights away from us together as a coalition of states. And what they did was they took out people like me first, independents. I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. I employ people. I don't answer to anybody. I'm an independent. I don't vote for tax increases. I don't vote to take away our freedoms. I don't participate in anything that would increase the size and scope of our government in our lives. And they went after us, the restaurant industry. The restaurant industry is the largest private sector employer in this nation, besides the government. The government is the largest, but it's a public sector employer. And they knew if they took out the largest private sector employing industry in our nation, that they would immediately create a huge amount of people dependent on the government for survival. Restaurant workers, day to day, week to week. That's how we live. And at the same time, they could take out the strongest, most independent group of individuals in our country. Independent small business owners. These people are not stupid. The problems we see in Portland, the homeless camps, the decriminalization of hard drugs that are bringing more homeless people here to our state. It seems on the outside, at first glance, that these people are just dumb. What are they doing? These policies are terrible. They're hurting people. They're hurting people's lives. They're destroying our city. But think about it. They're oppressing us. They're oppressing taxpayers. They're oppressing private property owners with these actions. They're allowing 200 plus days of left-wing political violence every single day in our city. Who does that oppress? Good people. Business owners, employers, leaders, and regular everyday people trying to just get by. That's who they're oppressing. And they allow it to happen. And frankly, right now, with the number of conservatives that we have here today, I'm surprised Kate Brown hasn't called in the National Guard. Right? Because we're the dangerous ones, right? Talking about God and Christianity. Talking about internal freedom. Being free from the bondage of self, as David spoke about. We're free. We're happy. We got smiles on our faces. But we're the ones that are actually under attack. Identity politics, the things that we cannot change, that we were born with, that God gave us, the color of our skin, the color of our eyes, whatever it might be. Those things are being used to divide us every single day. Every single day by our government. The founders of this country knew something. They had a hierarchy of power when they designed the United States Constitution. And that hierarchy of power is very simple. It starts with God, people, government. In that order. In that order. But the Marxists in this country, the first thing they have to do to take control of us is to get rid of God. You get rid of God, that's one down, one to go. So we can't let them do that to us. We can't let them take away our God. Whatever that might be. However you understand that. Whatever gets you there. Right? So we can't let them do that. What they're doing right now is they're going after number two, the people. We put the masks on our face. Let me tell you something. In 2019, if someone walked up to your house wearing a mask, what would you do? Shoot. Right? When you cover up your face, you become a threat. If everybody who's well is assumed to be sick and to pass this killer disease that kills, what is it, 0.001% of the people that get it, if you're under 70, then we're going to be afraid of each other. And they've succeeded, and we cannot let them continue with this. But in Oregon, in the state of Oregon, we have something very special. The people of the state of Oregon, as of right now today, have the power to legislate through the initiative petition process. And we can do that. Free Oregon is designed as a grassroots infrastructure of action-focused political activists, conservatives, constitutional conservatives, Christian conservatives, liberal conservatives, or libertarians, as you know, we were told to be very scared of libertarians. Remember that? A few months after the Capitol riot? Libertarians! They're coming for us! We need 25,000 troops at the Capitol, but now we don't need it at the border, right? These people aren't dumb. They know what they're doing. They're confusing and dividing and conquering. But Free Oregon is set up to push back. At Free Oregon, we have an infrastructure that's based on 4 different layers of organization. 1, membership. Now, members are people who can show up to a rally, sign a petition, donate a few bucks. That's what members are good for. That's what we need. We need lots and lots of members. You want to have a 10,000 person rally in Salem? Then we got to have 20,000 members of Free Oregon, and we will accomplish that. And we have to accomplish that. We don't have a choice. We have to push back hard, so we need lots and lots of members. The next layer is organizer. A Free Oregon organizer is someone who has some time and some passion and some energy and some friends and some leadership and can set up a rally like this today. Can get out there with the neighbors and build community around them. Get out and knock on doors and get petitions signed so we can change our laws. The people of Oregon can change the laws, and we're planning on it. We're doing it right now. We have 3 petitions coming for 2022. First petition says, no public or private enterprise can ask any citizen if they've had a vaccine, and they cannot force them to take a vaccine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's petition number 1. Who wants to go door to door and get that thing signed? We'll need 105,000 signatures around the state to do it. Right now we have 200 organizers around the state of Oregon. We need 500. 500 organizers is the goal. We have 200. We started this in January. Petition number 2. Race-based curriculum will not be allowed in the math or science in our state. No math and science. 2 plus 2 is 4. It is nothing else. And if you ask me, if it becomes anything else, what the state's saying is that if you're black or Latino, or if you're not white, then you don't have to know math. Because it's racist. And that's bullshit. The color of someone's skin has nothing to do with their ability to learn and do math. Nothing to do. Martin Luther King is one of my personal top 5s. Personal top 5s. His dream was that our kids would be holding hands, walking side by side, regardless of their skin color. Regardless. And today the Marxist left wants us to be divided. Did you know that Jim Crow, you know Jim Crow, right? The Jim Crow laws. Color drinking fountain, white drinking fountain. You know Jim Crow was a Democrat. Kate Brown has a $60 million business bailout fund only for black people. Not for Latinos. Not for Asians. Not for anyone else. That's Jim Crow. And that hurts everyone. That hurts everyone. And I think it especially hurts the African American community. So we got to put a stop to this stuff. The third initiative petition is school choice. Do you know why our kids have been hurt so bad this last year? It's because of the teachers' unions. They're the most powerful unions in this nation. And if you're at a private school and you have the money to put your kids in private school, which we don't, your kids would be in class all year. Because in Oregon, private and charter schools are open to